Hey, guys, it is Thursday. It is episode 205, and I've got to say, I am super excited about this episode. I know I say a lot that I'm super excited about an episode, but I really am. I've took bucket loads of notes about this, and again, I say it, that I was driving when I was listening to this, and I had to pull over, and I just took so many notes. So I'm going to read these notes because I think it's important. I don't know why I didn't write down where this came from, which is frustrating because I like to give credit where credit's due, and it really is good. And I know you as a motivated person or somebody who wants to be motivated or an entrepreneur, I know this is perfect for you. By the way, I'm Dean. I am your host. This is a Motivated Entrepreneurs. I know we're getting plenty of new downloads now. We get plenty of new listens. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on LinkedIn. I think we're even on Instagram, and obviously we're on all your podcasts. This is a podcast. This is a video podcast. So please, if you want to subscribe to the podcast channel, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you want to go, we are there. Please subscribe to us and leave us a rating and review. That'd be absolutely amazing. Okay, today we're talking about mapping, and you, my friend, are a terrain mapper. Now, I'm going to have to read. I've got so many notes on this, so I don't want to miss anything out because it is critically important. Right, so I want you to think of it. Why is she ringing me now? Don't tell her, but I'm not going to answer the phone, okay? Nobody tell her. Look, there she is. If you're watching this, wifey, she's ringing. But so nobody tell her that I'm not answering, okay? And she won't be. I was going to say, if you listen to this, she won't be listening to this. She never listens to me. She gets enough of me at home. Anyway, get back onto terrain mapping, Dean. Right, terrain mapping. You think of yourself as a terrain mapper. Some people, everybody's a terrain mapper, okay? A terrain mapper. So think of yourself as a terrain mapper, and what you do is basically you're mapping out the terrain out there. Most people, though, all they do, they go out of their door and they go to work, and that is a small terrain that they are seeing. They're not seeing any of the other terrain around them because what they're doing is going from home to work, maybe to pub and back again. That's it. That's all they're doing, and that's one path, and that is a safe path, and it's a path that everybody tells you to go on. Everybody tells you to go on this safe path when you leave school. What do you want to be? What do you want to be when you grow old? What job do you want? What job do you want to do? And everybody says, because school doesn't prepare you for being an entrepreneur or a business owner. It prepares you to be a worker, somebody who follows the crowd. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. If that's what makes you happy and that's what you do, kudos to you. But for me, that's not what I want. And so that terrain mapper, one terrain mapper there of mapping out just to work and back, and to maybe a pub and just doing the same old thing day after day after day. Yes, it's safe, or it should be safe. Maybe not in this economic climate anymore, because I know a lot of people are losing their jobs. But relatively speaking, it's safe, it's secure, and it's a path that your mum and dad advise you to go on. The problem that you get is when you get somebody different, like myself, like maybe you, who wants something different, who wants more. You don't want to just go on that normal terrain. You want to see the rest of what the world has to offer. You want to map out the rest of the terrain. And the problem is that when you are like that, most of the people out there who are talking to you tell you to stay on the ordinary path. The ordinary people tell you, oh, it's too risky. Oh, you don't want to do that. But when I was starting my business up, how many people told me, don't do it. It's too risky. So many people, everyone's full of advice. But you know what? Then people only take advice from somebody who is where you want to be in terms of what I've said on another podcast. In terms of money, don't take advice from somebody who has less money than you. If you want a happy marriage, don't take advice from somebody who's been divorced 3 times. If you want a great business, don't take advice from a business owner who's been bust. If you want, I'm saying that, one of my mentors has been bust. He's learned from the lessons. So maybe scratch that one. But you get what I'm saying. You've got to take advice. And by the way, he is where I want to be. He has learned from his mistakes, and he is where I want to be right now, that particular business owner, and massive mentor. And I get a lot of information from him. So you've got to take advice on people who are where you want to be. And so these people, these ordinary people, want you to be on that path. They want you to be on that safe path. And they tell you it's too dangerous out there and stick on that ordinary path. Why? Because they want you to be on that ordinary path with them. But I know you as a change maker, as somebody who wants to make a difference, but you don't want that. I want to run away from that path as far as possible. I don't want that path. I want to start mapping a new terrain. I want to go as far and as wide, as broad as I possibly can do. I want to experience the highs, the lows. For me, what you've got to do, when you start mapping out the terrain, you've got to start, you've actually got to start marking on. This is a secret. You've got to start marking on the cliffs where you fell down. So for me, the cliff was Lazo. Boom. There's my terrain. I know what it is. Lazo. That was my restaurant. It was a massive cliff. It was a massive failure. I'm marking that on now. I'm learning from that. The secret is, like I said, marking it. So I'm marking it. I know what I've learned. I know what I don't need to do. I know what I need to do. And then I want to go out there. I want to go and see the lakes. I want to go and see the beaches. And all these things are out there. And it's a metaphor, the lakes, the beaches, the cliffs. It's a metaphor for success and failure in your life. And so you can go out there, you can map all this out. You don't want to stay on that one path. If you stay on that one path, all you do is you're just going down that same road every single day. But what's the fun in that? Because you're not experiencing the world. You're not experiencing life. I want to experience all life has got to offer me. I've experienced the highs, I've experienced the lows, and I damn sure know that I prefer the highs and the lows. However, having said that, my biggest learning curve was them lows and failures. So don't be scared of failing. All you have to be scared of is not learning anything from your failures. That's what you've got to do. So for me, I want to map that terrain out because I want to find paradise. And the only way you can ever find paradise is if you get off a normal path. The people on the normal path don't find paradise, because what is paradise to the normal path? It is working 9 to 5 until you're 65 years old, and then you get to retire. But the problem is, when you get to retire, you can't do the fun stuff you wanted to do. The idea is, because what if you want to go snowboarding? You can't. Well, you might be able to. My dad's 67. He could go snowboarding. But you get my point. All the fun stuff you want to do, you might be too old. When you finally have the money, you can't do the stuff you want to do anyway because you're too old. So for me, I don't want that life. And if you do want that path and that life, that's great. I respect that, but it's not for me. And if it's not for you, if you know there's a bigger call out there, don't be scared about mapping out your own terrain. All you have to do is take one step after another and go on this new terrain. Keep mapping it out. The secret, though, is to map out the waterfalls, map out the beaches, the success. So for me, Stormore, great success. Lazo, I'm going to map out that as a beach, as a waterfall, something beautiful, something nice. Lazo, that's a cliff. That's a cliff I fell down, that restaurant. But you've got to mark off these all the time as you go, because that's the only way you'll find paradise, if you mark off stuff on your map. So please, please, please get off that normal path. Don't listen to people who are trying to keep you on that normal path. Only listen to people and take advice from people if they are where you want to be in certain aspects of your life. If you do want to be that solicitor and be a partner in that law firm, brilliant. Stay on that path and take advice from the partners, from the people in the hierarchy who are higher than you. That's amazing. If you do want to be an entrepreneur, if you do want to be a business owner, if you do want a different lifestyle, then find a mentor. That is a secret to me. Somebody asked me on a podcast recently, like, what's your secret sauce? What would you recommend? Everybody does to get success. And it's very, very simple. You have to find somebody who is where you want to be and take advice for them. Do whatever it takes. Pay them. Do their shopping. Do their cleaning. Whatever it is, I don't care. Get in contact with them and learn from them. That is all you have to do, is learn from people who are in a position where you want to be. So get out there. Start mapping out your new terrain. I promise you, you will love it. You will find paradise. You will find some cliffs along the way, but you will also find the lakes. You will also find the waterfalls. You will find the beaches. You will find the sunset. You will find so much more than staying on that normal path. And I feel kind of guilty for saying this as well, because I know there's going to be tons and tons of people listening to this, maybe even hundreds, who knows, that have a normal 9 to 5 job. And I don't want to, I'm not criticizing at all, because all I'm saying is that wasn't right for me. And all I'm saying is to the people out there who are listening, it's not right for them. I'm trying to give them the strength to believe in themselves, to make sure that they get off that path if they are happy on that path. If you are happy on that path, then brilliant. I respect it. And I'm to be quite honest, I'm quite envious as well. But the way you know if you're on the right path or not, Sunday night, do you dread Monday morning? When you wake up Monday morning, how do you feel? When I wake up Monday morning, bloody hell, I love it, because that's my content day. That's a day I'm learning, I'm listening. I love Mondays. Do you love Mondays? If you don't love Mondays, change. Do something about it. Okay, my friends, that is all I've got. Tomorrow, it's a good one. It's the oak tree and the weeds. The oak tree and the weeds. I cannot wait to share that with you, my friends. Okay, I will speak to you guys soon. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate you guys for coming here. Thanks a lot. I know it was a long one, this one. Tomorrow, I'll make sure it's a lot shorter. All right, my friends, thanks a lot. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.